it has happened. I hit 100 subscribers. Woo! Yeah! And it only took 2 Amazon videos to get me like a third of the way there. I had like 70 subscribers before I made the videos, so that worked. I'm on my way to work now. It's a beautiful day. It's not gonna be too cold. It's not gonna be too hot. It seems like it's gonna just be perfect day. So, how's it going, guys? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like and do all that. I appreciate it. My new goal now is, I guess, 150, right? But I did ask in the last video to ask me some questions, and I'm gonna answer them right now. You totally thought I was gonna read the questions while driving to work, while looking at my phone, driving unsafely. Well, guess what? That totally 100% wasn't my original plan, and I totally didn't change my mind and decide to answer these questions at home. Nah, I'm a safe driver, okay? Safety first. Alright, question time. Here we go, guys. Sit back, relax, enjoy the background footage, and let's get on with the questions. Question 1. Green Meadow says, what is the name of the lady talking with the GPS navigation system arriving at your destination on the left? Not sure what kind of question that is, Green Meadow, but I have an answer. Her name is Karen, because she doesn't listen very well. She always comes on at full blast, and if I tell her to shut up, she asks me to see the manager. Next question, question 2. Adrian Riviera says, I also work for a third company for Amazon. How long have you been delivering? I've been delivering for about 6 months. Do you like your DSP? Yes. They are very nice. Everyone is nice. Nice location, nice people, good vibes. Any dogs you outran? Yes, there are, but I have another video that I'm gonna make going through all of my horror stories, which is probably the next video, so stay tuned for that. Next question. One Chevy Guy 375 says, nice job on the videos. Question 1, why do you sometimes pull on the opposite side of the road to deliver packages? Is that allowed? Not really, but sometimes pulling on the other side of the road when you're on a main street kind of thing and the house is on your left, it's just more safer to park on the left side and get out on the left side instead of having to cross the street and possibly get run over. Probably not allowed really, but in my mind it's more safe, so that's the way I do it. Just to clarify though, I'm not condoning doing that, so don't take my word for it. You did not hear it from me, okay? Alright. Does the Rabbit phone give you pretty good directions to follow, especially on unfamiliar roads? Kind of. If it's a new development that they're building, then sometimes it's a little wonky. It doesn't show the roads yet because they're not developed, but sometimes the navigation just gets messed up where you're driving and you pass the road and it doesn't update quick enough, and then once you pass the road, it'll magically just say, hey, turn around, I know what I did there, fuck you, Karen. Anyway, yeah, when it comes to actually showing you where to go, it has everything mapped out pretty well. But when it comes to connectivity, sometimes it just has a brain fart and it doesn't work, but most of the time it's fine. Do they have different start times? Yes, they do. It's all dependent on the company you work for, so I could not say in your case. Are you expected to deliver all packages by a certain time? Yes, you have until 9:30, but the route that they give you is supposed to be completable by that time. Sometimes you have a couple minutes between stops and it just takes forever and you can't possibly deliver in that time. In that case, they send someone else that got done early and they send them to help you, and it's called a rescue. I do want to say this though, out of the 6 months that I've worked there, I've only been out till 9:30 twice. So don't expect to be out delivering till 9:30 every night, but also don't make any plans after work because you never know what time you're gonna get out. Do I work 5 days a week? I work 4 days a week and I average about around 70 hours every 2 weeks. It really depends. Sometimes you work long days like 10, 11 hours. Sometimes you only work like 8. So it all just depends on the workload. What do they pay an hour? I get paid $15.50 an hour. It's all dependent on who you work for. And your last question, One Chevy Guy 375, would you consider making more of these ride-alongs before you quit? Yes. I don't know when I'm going to quit. I did say I'm not going to be here for that long. I just meant like it's not a career. So I have no idea how long I'm going to be here for. But as long as people keep watching these, I'll keep making more. Okay, continuing on with the next question. That comes from Bailey Palmer. What up, Bailey Palmer? I like the Mega Man drawing. I have a feeling you drew that yourself. Anyway, he asks, great video. Looking forward to the next one. How do they plan your routes? Good question. How do they plan the routes? Well, it's a computer. Computer does the whole thing. They plan out where you start, where you end, how many, all of it. I will say I would prefer a person because sometimes the way that they plan it out is just really dumb. Like you'll go into a neighborhood and then you'll go to another neighborhood and then later you'll go back to that same neighborhood. It really makes no sense. It's frustrating. Doesn't happen all the time, but like with a lot of these answers, it all just depends. Anyway, great question, Bailey. Next question. Hansel Sung says, do you turn off your vehicle? Do they track if they turn off the vehicle or not? No and no. They do not track turning on and off the vehicle. I don't really know if anyone does that, but I'll say this, turning off a vehicle 150 times a day, not my cup of tea. But again, I don't condone that, just making that clear. Michael Kanoy asks, how many days a week do you do this? I do it 4 days a week. Some people do 5, but I don't. Oh boy. Jusina Likaksa asks, how many packages do you have? Well, right now, I don't have any because I'm at home. I'm fucking alright. Typically, I have around 150 to 200 packages a day. Every day it's different. The earlier shift people have more. It all just depends. I should just say it all just depends with all these questions because it really all just depends. Next question, Dave H. Starting virtual training Saturday, then I start driving Monday. For new drivers, such as myself, and I'm sort of a bigger guy, what tips do you have? Sure, Dave H. I'll try my best. Take your time. You don't need to rush. Your first couple weeks, you're really just starting to get the hang of it. Not a big deal. Eventually, you'll get used to it. You won't think about any processes. You'll just do it. And for me, at least, I clear my head of everything. I'm not worried about how much packages I have or the area I'm in. I just get myself into a zone. Everything just goes real quick. I mean, if you want to, though, you can rush. Some people run to the houses to deliver. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'm in a mood to get everything done quick. Sometimes I just don't feel like rushing myself. Now when I say that, I don't mean work at a snail's pace. I just mean, don't exhaust yourself, especially when it's really hot out because it kicks your ass. Can you listen to your own music on your personal iPod? Of course. You need the tunes. Remember, you're gonna be in a car the whole day by yourself. Make it as comfortable as possible. Bring an aux cable, plug it into the radio, boom, bang, you're set. What if you need to use the restroom during shift and you already taken your breaks? I will get to that. Any tips on apartments, like can you leave them at the leasing office? Yes, you can. You can leave them at the leasing office if the directions tell you you can. If you can't, then you have to go to the door. Even if it's up an elevator, you gotta climb stairs, you gotta do it, unless it tells you otherwise. Oh, and the lockers, are they pretty easy? Yes, the lockers are simple. You scan your phone, you scan the package, and then the locker pops open, you put it in, you shut it, and then you're good. The only problem is if the sun is out and it's pointing directly at the barcode scanner on the locker, it's really hard to scan your phone onto that because there's 2 LCD screens and the sun fucks it up. But I only get these like once a month maybe. It really depends on the area you're in. Some places have a ton of them, some places don't even have them, so hope that makes sense. Next question, which involves the bathroom. Tony Lee says, what happens when you have to go to the bathroom but no one is available? No one but none is available. Well, I will say this and I will say this once. As Tavian Thomas replied to your comment, Gatorade bottles for real. He's not wrong. I'm not going to explain past that. It's gross, but it also saves you a lot of time. So let's just not talk about that ever again. Also, please don't take a dump in the Gatorade bottles. That's disgusting. Angelo J says, you park in the middle of the road. What are you doing? Hey, I am a safe driver, okay? Sometimes you just gotta pull over in the middle of the road. I wouldn't say the middle of the road, I'd say off to the side as far as I could possibly go. Look, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. If it's a busy road, you gotta pull over. You gotta stop. These people need their packages. Grandma needs her oriental wreath. Who else is going to get her the wreath? Okay? It needs to be done. Next question, Shy Debbie. I applied here in Buffalo, New York, but it was a month ago. Does it take time for them to get back to you? For me, it was a few days, but I could assume that since you're in New York, there's a lot more people there. There's probably a less demand for the job. Hopefully by now you've heard back from them. Day Tripper 1025 says, I really like the driver position. Well, thank you, Day Tripper. I like your driver position too. Just curious how much you get paid every 2 weeks. I get about, I don't know, 900 to 1,000, around there. It all depends. All right, we're wrapping this up. We got a few questions left. Jose Flores, Josie, I'm sorry, I don't know. Do you have any tricks for the Mentor app? None that I'm willing to disclose here, because don't worry about it. Look, the only thing I'm gonna say, drive like a grandma, drive like a freaking grandma, go slow, take your turns nice and slowly. You gotta do what you gotta do. We're allowed to turn it off at 5, which is my favorite part of the day because Mentor sucks. Oh, look at this. Last question, jet set. I'm going to apply here in about a week. Anything I should know about before I apply? And how was the interview process? Well, I can tell you about the interview. It was weird. It was a group interview. I showed up, there was about 20 people there. I thought it was a scam. I almost walked out. You're all sitting in a room together. Some managers come in, they explain to you a little bit about the job, and then you go home, you think about it. And if you decide to do it, you come back for like a 2-day training. Once you're done with that, you do a ride along with somebody for 2 days, get the hang of it. They can explain, answer questions. Then you have 2 days by yourself on a nursery route, which is supposed to be less than a normal route, but they didn't do that for me because of COVID. Also because of COVID, I don't think they're doing the classes anymore. Pretty sure they're all online. You don't do a ride along anymore because of COVID. So yeah, it's a little weird. And lastly, do the blue vans have cameras to watch you drive? No, they do not. Not at all. Or I should say, not that we know of. Whew. Wow, okay, that was a solid 10 minutes of questions. I did not realize it was gonna take me this long to make this video, but if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Comment below things that I should do in my driver videos from now on, because I don't know what else to do. The next video is going to be some horror stories, but besides that, I have no clue. So comment below something you'd like me to see, do, or talk about during these videos, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Also watch my other content too, because I don't just do Amazon videos if you didn't know. Alright guys, see you later.